So you like sports cards? Well, I've got 5 sets that I guarantee I like more than you. Let's data dive. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Data Dive powered by Market Movers. My name is Tyler Nethercott, better known as Teapot, and this week I'm just having a little bit of fun, taking a stroll down design lane, talking about 5 sets that I really like, and as a bonus, 5 that I think are pretty overrated. Now I'll be honest, I hesitated a little bit making this episode because I really don't want any more competition picking up cards from these sets, but the hobby is all about sharing and celebrating great cards, so that's what I'm going to do today. As always, this video is brought to you by Market Movers. Visit marketmoversapp.com and use promo code DIVE to save 20% and get your first 7 days free. Now let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna walk through these 5 different sets, and you'll notice there's kind of an overarching theme for each of these and why I like them. And the first one that we're gonna go through, you may have heard me talk about in the past, and that is Topps Stadium Club. I really like Topps Stadium Club for the photography, and this is an area I've talked about in the past. Photography is really important to me in the design of a card. When you have a well-designed card, when you have a card that looks really nice, it refracts, or it's got some other great factors and features to it, and then the player is doing something ridiculous or something that doesn't fit within how their game is. For example, I've got an Andre Drummond collection, and many of his cards, especially from the last few years, are just him dribbling with the ball like this, doing nothing, even looking off in a different direction. There's nothing exciting about the photograph, when you could have these great photos of him pulling down a rebound, which he's known for, arm out like this, dunking, doing something, blocking somebody, stealing the ball, something else that captures the emotion of the game. That's part of why we collect cards. That's the main reason why we collect cards, is making a connection with the sport itself, with the athletes, and with the memories of watching those games. And when it's just this boring photo, it really actually irritates me quite a bit. Well, with Topps Stadium Club, you don't have to worry about that. And I'm just gonna walk through. This is a very lighthearted episode. We're just gonna walk through and kind of look at some different images. Here's an image of Stadium Club, and in the last few years, they made a standalone product of Stadium Club Chrome. Now, I will say, one thing that drives me a little bit crazy, they have Chrome in the base set, the base paper set of Stadium Club as an insert, and they're really hard to hit. And then they make the standalone Topps Stadium Club Chrome product. It's really hard to know which set those cards came from because there's no indication on the card itself. The back doesn't tell you, there's no indication. They say Topps Stadium Club Chrome on the logo. So that can be a little bit frustrating, especially when you're trying to see, is this one really rare? Is this the rare one from the paper set, or is this the common one from the normal base set? So that's something, maybe if Topps is listening, maybe help with a little bit of clarity, put something on the back, some kind of indicator. But this is the rainbow foil parallel. These are numbered to 25. This is a really beautiful card. And obviously, just captures the action, captures Scherzer on his follow through, still staring down the plate even after letting go probably a 95, 97 mile per hour fastball or a slider. And then jumping over, this is actually an account that I set up. So one thing that I wish you could do a little bit easier on Instagram is actually compartmentalize your collection. It's not a platform specifically built for sports cards, so I understand you're kind of confined to the normal features and functions of the product. So what I did was I created a secondary account called Stadium Club Cards. You can come over here. This is just Stadium Club Cards and a handful of other awesome baseball cards or other designs, one of which we'll get to in a minute. But this is the X-Fractor. And another thing that I do like about Stadium Club, I just wrote an article in the Basketball Card Fanatic magazine about playing your cards and post-playing your cards. And some people don't like the post-playing your cards, but in a product like this, I really do like it. They capture a photo from the playing years of a really good all-time great, and they insert them into this product in a way that you can chase the rainbow, you can get some really dramatic effects. And in this case, there's this awesome Vladimir Guerrero Sr. X-Fractor. The X-Fractors are some of my favorite low-end ones. You can get these in the blaster boxes of Stadium Club Chrome, and they look really nice. So this is one from my collection in particular. Here's another X-Fractor. I picked up this Julio Rodriguez. Beautiful card. A little video kind of shows you all the effects. These are some of the best looking low-cost rookie cards, in my opinion, of any products in baseball. I picked up this one. I also picked up a Wander Franco. This is not my Wander Franco. I picked it up in a PSA 9. Again, You just get the, the drama of the moment, him kind of trotting around the bases after hitting a home run, presumably, and just really, really beautiful cards. This is from the paper set, and they also have these image variations. So if you don't collect baseball cards and you only collect basketball or some other sport, Panini, they don't do as many of the image variations, but Topps is all about that in a lot of different products. And then, so these end up being short printed. Really dramatic effect here with the Ken Griffey Jr. I can jump over. Two of my all-time favorite players, actually, Pujols being my favorite player. He kind of was right there when I started getting into baseball, and I followed his entire career as a result of that. And you've got, the two best first basemen, the two best hitters from the last 20 years, from their career era, I would say here, throw Mike Trout into that conversation. And speaking of Mike Trout, here's a great shot from the All-Star game. You've got Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, and Aaron Judge. Over the last few years, probably hasn't been three better outfielders collectively between the three of them in hitting the ball. So this is another great one. These are, sought after. They don't pop up super often. So when you do see them, if you like the image or you like the players, definitely worth scooping. Here's another rainbow foil one. And this is, again, numbered to 25. Obviously, Ty Cobb, no longer playing. You can get these for decently cheap, but look at this image. And this has got, just kind of this rainbow foil. You got the dirt kicking up. He's probably sliding into second, actually taking somebody out like they used to back in the day. Another beautiful image. Here's another cool thing they did. And this would be cool to actually see maybe as like a lenticular set or some kind of insert set specifically. This is just from the base set. I actually pulled this card myself from a hobby box of Stadium Club. And here you have Dave Stewart, great pitcher, showing this kind of, follow through on his pitch. You've got these different images of him starting back with his windup all the way up to the follow through. This is not an animated image. This is just static looking at it. Thought this was a really, really cool image. And then this card here on Maximum Freed Cards, follow his account. I take a lot of pride in my Drummond account. His account is absolutely insane when it comes to Max Freed cards. And this one, to me, I just sat and stared at for a while. It looks basically like the perfect card, in my opinion. You've got this gold vinyl superfractor effect. Obviously, in Topps, they call them superfractors. It's well superfracted. It's filled in. It's not just around the border. It's actually saturated throughout the card. And then you've got Max Fried, just great image shot, lifting the cap, probably about to wipe his brow, probably just struck somebody out. A really, really, really well-designed card. I just think this one is like, when you see something, you look at it design-wise, there's probably nothing I would change about this card, which is kind of rare. All right, here's a J-Rod auto. This is actually just from the promotional marketing materials. This is not an actual image of the actual card, but just a photo of it from Topps. And then here's a Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow, another great pitcher who's trying to get back from many, many injuries. Another superfractor. They also make these in soccer cards. This one's a pretty big one. This one sold on PWCC, I believe, last year. And this is from 2020 Stadium Club Chrome. Obviously, the Erling Haaland just running, in his dramatic fashion after scoring one of many career goals. Another superfractor. Same thing here. From 2020 and 2021, depending on baseball and soccer, the Stadium Club Chromes had sort of this full flood color on the colored parallels, on the refractors, and that looks really, really nice. I wish they would go back to that. The last couple of years, they've only had like the logo, like you see here with the red or the blue or the foil, kind of lettering. Go back to the flood tops. It looks amazing, captures a lot of drama. And then lastly, with Stadium Club, you can just come over here. This is one thing I also like about Instagram. Not everybody puts tags on their photos. Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't do it either. There's also not a clearly cataloged set of tags that people are using, so you have to get a little bit creative. But I put in just Stadium Club Chrome as the tag, and you can search this on Instagram, 2,300 posts. You can just scroll down and get lost. These gold minted ones are fantastic. Obviously, those are kind of hard to capture in a photo and really capture. But look at this image of Johnny Bench. You got Cal Ripken riding in the Corvette, kind of thumbs up and waving to fans, maybe signing autographs. Clayton Kershaw with the horses in the background, the Clydesdales. This, you can just get lost in this going down, down, down. Look at, you got Ohtani in the dugout. It just gets really good. Mariano Rivera celebrating out on the mound. Every single photograph in Topps Stadium Club is well thought out, and it's one of the main reasons why this is one of my all-time favorite sets. All right, while you may be familiar with Stadium Club, here's a set or a product that not all of you might be familiar with, and that is Inception. This is my number 2 set pick, Topps Inception, and this, in my opinion, is one that I have recently become pretty obsessed with. These aren't very easy to track down. They don't always pop up. The low-numbered parallels are super rare. And this one in particular, this Robert Lewandowski, is one that I just missed on. I should have gone higher. I ended up being the second bidder on this on eBay a few months ago. I sat and tracked this. I put in what I thought was a bid above what this card would go for. And obviously there was somebody more enthusiastic about tracking this down. You get these just full flood kind of almost watercolor effect like on the background, and a lot of them have this really, really incredible color match to it. So that's the reason why I like this set. It's very artistic looking. It's very capable of giving some really, really beautiful color matches, and I have been able to pick up a few of these cards along the way. So looking at this one, obviously it's just the background. It just so happens to be a match, a perfect match to this Bayern Munich kit. And this one's numbered to 10. The reds are numbered to 10. This is from 2021, and this is the year in particular for Inception that I really like. So it's not every year. Some of the years I'm not as crazy about, but this 2021 year, in my opinion, was a darn near perfect design. You get sort of the glow around the athlete, which always looks really nice. That reminds me of Skybox in the 90s when you had the ball glowing with the players. So we can jump over and look. Here's another one. So you get a couple of different cards from within the base set. This is also from 2021. I missed that one as well. This is just the base card design. And when you look at this as base card designs go, I mean, this looks like it could be a super rare one-of-one parallel. Way more so than others that end up being one-of-ones. Way more than Topps Platinum one-of-ones from their Topps flagship base set, which just looks sort of like gray cards a lot of times. This is an absolutely beautiful card, obviously, of Lionel Messi, the greatest of all time probably. And then here's another guy, my guy Romelu Lukaku. This one, you know, you can kind of capture a little bit more of the drama. The lighting isn't on it as much as a nice scanned quality image of this card. They do have a little bit of that canvas feel on the surface of them. And then here's one of the purples of Fernando Torres. You know, not quite a color match, but still almost looks like it. Gives the impression of it. Just this beautiful background that doesn't take away from the athlete. It's just full feature on the athlete, full flood, borderless image, borderless card. Really, really makes a striking impression, in my opinion. You've got Conte, numbered to 99. These are really beautiful ones. Very complementary color, I would say, to this card. Obviously not a direct color match, but nice and complementary. This one, you got the white jersey. Just look at this when you have a really, really nice scanned quality. This is probably from SGC's scans when they actually grade your cards, if I had to guess, because they do a really nice job with that, as do some of the other grading companies. Just a really, really striking card. And then you get over to Erling Haaland, 25 of 25. This purple, man, this purple looks so good with this really, really, you know, bright, vibrant green from Dortmund when he was on that squad. And then you get into the blue, you get into the orange. Somehow even the ones, the colors that they chose for the backgrounds look really nice with a lot of the athletes. This is the last one before we get to one that I picked up recently, which is not soccer, which is actually baseball. Again, this light blue with the light blue on the Man City looks really nice. And then finally, this is actually from Bowman Inception. So this is not Topps Inception, it's Bowman Inception, but it's the same design that they had for the soccer set. And this is the gold foil. These are also really, really nice. This is numbered to 50. And I picked up this J-Rod recently in a PSA 9. These cards are also a little bit thicker. So you do end up with the PSA slab being that thicker slab, which I don't always love, honestly. Having a thicker card doesn't really matter to me. Sometimes I like them being the normal 35 point, just because they're easy to put into top loaders, into binders and other things. But it is a nice card quality, a nice card stock. And this one obviously just looks like a super, super high-end card. Not a rookie card, not a Bowman first. It's sort of in that in-between for J-Rod, but it's still a really nice card nonetheless. So my number 2 set is Topps and Bowman Inception. All right, my number 3 set, this one's all about drama, and this is Noir, and I'm specifically talking about Spotlight Signatures, although I really like a lot of Noir products, a lot of Noir subsets in general, but these Spotlight Signatures are absolutely fantastic. They're all about the drama. This one's from Adam, the Real 27 guy. I mentioned the BCF magazine. Go check that out. We're putting out monthly articles in that magazine along with a lot of market movers data, a lot of other great collector content in there if you're a basketball card fan. And just look at this card of Kobe. I'm a sucker personally for these kind of gold pen autos, not the non-conventional, just regular black pen. Doesn't do it as much for me. I like the drama of these, gold ink autos and others like that. And this one of Kobe, any Kobe auto obviously that you can track down now is going to have a premium, since unfortunately he won't be signing any more autos on cards or otherwise. We can jump over and look at, here's another KD, kind of in action. Actually, at least, with him dribbling, it looks like he's about to do something great. Not, again, just standing up and dribbling the ball. You got this Giannis, this great image from the back here, kind of hands on his waist, back when he had this kind of like short mohawk hairdo. This is right when Giannis really started to come into his own and turn the corner to become the incredible player and athlete that he is today. This one's great. This is actually not the Spotlight Signatures specifically, but the Shadow Spotlight Signatures. This is a rookie card. This is from 2018. Giannis, some would argue it's a rookie year card, whatever. It's from 2018, and it's an awesome image. You got the shadow in the background. You got this beautiful kind of acetate finish with the auto here. Really, really, really nice card. And then here's Jason Richardson, one of the highest flyers of all time. Fantastic dunker. From Michigan State, go green, and this one's just a really great image of him flying in for an incredible dunk. And then lastly, again, you do have these in soccer. Here's a Kamavinga. Now in soccer, you'll notice I'm not as big of a fan of sticker autos, but in soccer, that's kind of what you get most of the time, and you pay a serious premium for on-card autos. And it's just because these guys are distributed all over the world. They're trying to get these cards signed. I'm sure that mailing cards overseas and hoping that they come back safely is kind of a big gamble for Panini and Topps. So a lot of them are sticker autos. And here, this is just another beautiful card. You've got this kind of, creative design swirl back in the background. A lot of little touches around the edge and little design features. Overall, I'm a huge fan of Noir. I think it's kind of under the radar. The one biggest problem with it is if you rip it, the card quality a lot of times is really damaged. You get a lot of edge chipping and things because of the black on a lot of the cards. So that can be a downside, but if you get set that aside and you just realize this is a really nice high-end product, finding the cards on the secondary market might be the better bet, and there's a lot of great ones to choose from. So number 3 is Noir. All right, moving right along at number 4, this one's about class and simplicity, and it's Topps Heritage, but specifically Topps Heritage Chrome. So Heritage sets, obviously, really nice. They kind of follow a year by year trend going back into the 50s, 60s, 70s for these different products. And then when you make it the chrome version of it, to me, that's what makes it modern and it makes it really, really compelling. It's kind of the perfect intersection between old and new. And I'm starting out with my guy Miggy here. Here's this gold chrome refractor. These are numbered just to 5. These are numbered to 5. They're very hard to come by, very rare. They can sell for a pretty good premium, even for veteran players, let alone any rookie. And then I've got the black one here too. So you got the gold and the black featured. The blacks are numbered to the same serial numbering as the year that they're featuring. It's from Heritage. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So you might have them numbered to 67, 68, 69 in sequential order year over year. Here's a big one, the Shohei Ohtani Topps Chrome Black Refractor. This is his rookie card from 2018. This is an absolute monster card. Again, you just have the simplicity of the photo. It's kind of this portrait, right? It's very clean. A lot of times you do get in the background a picture of the field. And then you'll notice there's sort of this textured finish. Not everybody likes this. For me, I really like it. I think it looks really nice. It's kind of like hammered metal or something like that. I think it adds a really, really nice effect into the background on the athletes or on the card itself. And it's another one of the things that I really like about these sets. Here's an Ichiro that I actually picked up. This is a PSA 10. I bought this card not too long ago. Here's another one, same thing, but this is the one numbered to 5. Obviously a much more rare card, a really, really beautiful card of Ichiro. Spencer Torkelson, who is starting finally, thank you, to heat up For my Tigers, he's playing extremely well lately. One of the hottest players over the last few weeks, just absolutely mashing. And he's finally starting to come around. This is just the base refractor, actually. So these are actually numbered. And the numbering on these can be different from year to year. In this case, this one's numbered to 373. This is his rookie card. Just a great image of him holding the bat out toward the camera. Luis Arias, this guy's like tracking right around hitting 400 on the season. He's basically the modern day Tony Gwynn, in my opinion. In fact, there's a year at nearly the same age, if you go back to Tony Gwynn, I think it's around age 26, 27, whatever Arias is now, and their stats are nearly identical. It's actually kind of spooky. Very hard to get out, impossible to strike out, just slapping singles all over the yard. So you've got the black and the gold of Luis Arias. And then you've got Clayton Kershaw here. This is the purple refractor. So these actually come from what they call a hot box. So every pack that you open in a hot box has one of these purple refractors. They are not numbered, but they are relatively rare. Here's a great one. Again, the black refractor, similar to the Torkelson image. You've got J-Rod just holding out the bat. This looks really nice, especially with the black bat. And then last but not least, these are the ones that you just never see. This is the superfractor of Topps Heritage Chrome of Ronald Acuna Jr., who, like Ohtani, is just absolutely having an incredible year. First player in history with 50 RBIs, 40, what did they say, 20 home runs, 40 stolen bases, 50 RBIs before the All-Star break. First player in history. So he's setting a pace and kind of doing what we had all hoped he would be able to do if he stays healthy back a few years ago when he was showing these signs. And these superfractors are just, they're tough to beat, honestly. They're really tough to beat. Full flood, obviously another really nice one, like that Max Fried that we saw earlier. Superfractors continue to get more and more and more in demand, more and more popular, and for good reason. My fourth set is Topps Heritage Chrome. All right, last on the list, and this one's a little bit different. This is actually a very specific insert set and one that just released. You know, I've been somewhat critical of some of the newer products that come out, a lot of them overdone. I've even been critical of Panini Recon as a product itself, as a standalone product itself. I like a lot of the designs in Recon. I've sort of felt like they should have been part of a subset, an insert set within another product or something. But a lot of people do like Recon. And this year they absolutely killed it with this new insert set called Vector. And this Vector set has the base ones, which look absolutely spectacular. And then they have golds to 10 and platinum blues, 1 of 1s. That, in my opinion, is perfect. That's perfect for an insert set. 3 levels of rarity, a really, really nice design on the base set that you can collect the entire checklist of, and then the golds to 10. And platinum blues to 1 on certain products are some of my favorite looking. So here we have Dame. I actually just missed this. Somebody scooped this immediately on eBay. I have a save search, and somebody bought this right away because by the time I went into my save search with the little number lit up, it was already gone. It was a pretty reasonable price, but really great shot here. And this is just sort of that like kind of dramatic, artistic rendering. You can actually do this with a lot of apps on your iPhone to make your images kind of look like this. So it's not anything that's crazy difficult. And that's another reason why I'm happy to see the manufacturers taking some of these different approaches, different design ideas, and implementing them into cards. Nice photo. Looks like he's probably about to step back and shoot a 3 in somebody's face like he does a lot of times. And this is just really, really dramatic. The golds actually, and I'll show you some of the base ones, they don't look much better than the base cards, but that rarity factor of having them numbered to 10 is what makes them really nice. So here's the Anthony Edwards, another just absolutely great photo, just flying through the air, about to throw down, you know, a two-handed dunk. You've got Jokic, Joker, fist pumping, running down the court. That's a great image of him. Here's Tatum flying through the air. What a fantastic image, you know, going up for a one-handed dunk, other hand behind his head. We can shift over. Here's Luka, probably going into the lane, a little bit of a floater. These are all the 10s, numbered to 10. And then you got Steph. Really, really great image. Everybody in the background. Looks like maybe an away game, considering a lot of the fans don't look too excited while he's running down the court and you know, pumping his fist. LeBron, numbered to 10. This, of all the pictures, probably disappointing if you're a LeBron fan. This is just kind of him, again, dribbling. And that's where I get into this point of criticality, is like, how do you have these great photos of other players, and then LeBron is just sort of dribbling down the court, carrying maybe. Here's the base card. And this is Cade. This is my guy Cade, who I'm hoping, like Torkelson, will break out this year and have a great season. This is just the base card, and they look really nice. It's just sort of that rainbow foil finish on a paper stock card. He's going up for a layup. And then here's the platinum blue. And this is of LeBron. This card, I mean, when you get this sort of platinum Tiffany blue in the background, that just takes me back to my childhood when they started using that color on cards, on rare cards like Fleer Tiffany. Really, really, really beautiful design. And lastly here, if you want to just see some incredible cards, I came across this account recently, Holy Grail Sports Cards. He's just got some great designs. Many of the other ones on here I had either never seen before, like this one, or I'm also really a fan of, like this Panini Black here. So you can just kind of scroll down and check out some of this guy's other cards. He's got a lot of really great designs that I'm a huge fan of. Okay, so that's the 5 I like. We're gonna go really quickly through 5 that I'm not as big of a fan on, and you can let me know down in the comments if I'm crazy or if you also agree and aren't as much of a fan of these cards. All right, so the first set that I don't like is Contenders. I frankly just don't get it. It's really confusing. They have all of these different, subsets of autos and designs. This is even more confusing than Flair was back in the 90s with the different, showcase and whatever. I really liked Flair as a design. I never liked how confusing it was with the way they set up the different rows and everything. And in Contenders, this is very, very confusing. You can scroll down, you can see all the different designs. You got Luka, you got ball at waist, you've got the ball at chest. People don't put these in their listing titles. The ticket design never really did anything for me. I just don't get it. I don't get the premium on these cards. I'm not as big of a fan of them. I know football cards, football collectors in particular, absolutely love these. Contenders is one that really doesn't do anything for me. The second one is stained glass. I like the old stained glass. I like the Topps gallery from the 90s. That design, the acetate, you can actually hold it up and see through it, Panini Innovation. But these new ones, most of them just look like mosaic cards. They just look like mosaic cards, or they don't look exciting at all, like this Dwayne Wade, like this design from 2022. If I had to pick one that I like the most, it's probably this 2021, which ironically is not one of the ones that a lot of people like as much. This doesn't even look like stained glass, really, this Saquon Barkley from 2018. I'm not a fan of these new stained glass cards, really at all. They don't do anything for me. I know they're supposed to be rare, but they're not particularly exciting to me. This one, Crunch Time. People like this. I think Ben from our team liked this insert set. It's just tacky to me. Like for a healthy helping of buckets, you got some stats down here. It's just an ugly, ugly card. It's not even a good design for a cereal box cover. This does absolutely nothing for me. Mosaic, in particular, the reactives. The reactives I do not like at all, especially when you have like Christmas tree color in the background now conflicting with blue from the Indianapolis Colts. Don't like the mosaic reactives. This is the one that's going to stir the pot. My house. This year, 2019 of my house, I absolutely love that design. You got electricity in the background. It's very, very dramatic. This is a Jarrett Culver card, and it makes me want to buy it. Jarrett Culver, I don't even know if he's still in the league anymore, but it's what they've done with this set every year since then. Good photos a lot of times. This card just doesn't look good to me. It just doesn't look good. It looks like somebody did this in the 90s with some weird tacky sun coming out of the background. This colliding design in the background here. Good photo of Luka. This one, just like comic booky, kapow, some onomatopoeia flying in the background. I don't understand that. This design I really, really do not like for my house. This one from this year, it's okay. It's okay. It could be better. I think there's some things they could have done to make it better. I don't particularly like it. And then the last one, which is a bonus here, this is number 6 as a bonus, is this Crisis toilet paper parallel from Donruss Optic. This was back during COVID, and they made this parallel. I just think it's ridiculous. Nobody wants toilet paper on a card, and if you do, let me know down in the comments why you would ever want that on a sports card. So that wraps it up. What do you think of these picks? Which of my likes do you also like the most? Am I wrong on any dislikes? And which sets do you like or dislike more than other people? This was all in good fun and just to shine a spotlight on some good, fantastic sets. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, happy investing, keep on collecting, and make sure to have fun.